What's going on, everybody? What's happening, Dem? What's going on? Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to Go Corner. Feel free to hit me up on any of my social medias in the description below. We are. Hold on one sec. I'll cut the music. We are watching LittleKuriboh and the Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series that he's created, made possible by his Patreons, so on and so forth. Check them out if you haven't checked them out already. Really funny stuff. So we're about to get into it. We're on episode 78. Let's go.
Previously on Yu-Gi-Oh!
I have made love to this man! I mean, I have played a card game with him.
Oh, right. Mr. Kaiba, you're
Just off rip, like Kaiba. Chill, bro.
Previously on Yu-Gi-Oh!
I have made love to this man! I mean, I have played a card game with him.
Oh, right. Mr. Kaiba, your company is now owned by Darts.
What's that now?
Wait, didn't that character used to be a Nazi or something?
Yeah, we're not doing that anymore. It was stupid.
Then why are we doing any of this? This time on Dungeon Dice Monsters.
Oh, come on, this is nothing like Dungeon. I can't believe my company
Dungeon Dice Monsters? Like, come on, bro.
You'd think that after a while our stock would be affected by that, but it turns out no.
Yeah, you're not a very good boss, are you?
Take that back, Yugi.
Name one of your employees.
That's easy. Mokuba.
Yay! I'm an employee!
Okay, name another.
Seto Kaiba.
Doesn't even know the name of his employees. What a guy.
Mr. Kaiba, we have a team on the ground transmitting the images from the Atlantean ruins. We should have them in the next few minutes.
Oh, right. The plot. Using this computer uplink, my men will have the Atlantean text to us in no time.
Fascinating.
You hear that? He had the windows popping off. The windows in the background. I'm actually thinking about hopping on it in a little bit, because I kind of want to get into it too, to be honest. I might even, we'll watch a couple of these. I might hop on, we'll do one of the stories, or I'll like save the story for the end or something.
We should have them in the next few minutes.
Oh, right. The plot. Using this computer uplink, my men will have the Atlantean text to us in no time.
Fascinating.
He has the Windows sound in the background.
Devices, you can replicate any image you desire. Back in my day, I would be forced to command my slaves to chisel pictures into a nearby wall.
These days, most artists expect to get paid, Pharaoh.
I did pay them. In exposure.
Attention isn't the same as money.
No.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean actual exposure. They'd be out there in the desert for hours just drawing for me. The sun is a cold and yet also very hot mistress. Strangle.
Because I feel the Egyptian storyline, it gets really good, and then you end up going into like what is it, like the Norsemans, which is pretty sick. And then like, because I got the extended version, I think that there's like some other race and or tribe might go into like Metal Age or something. I have no idea. It'll be cool though.
Money.
No. I mean actual exposure. They'd be out there in the desert for hours just drawing for me. The sun is a cold and yet also very hot mistress. Strangulating the uplink. Atlantean text should reach you momentarily, Mr. Kaiba.
Bikers.
I'm being attacked.
Who got the bikers?
By bikers, apparently.
By the patented petite patootie of Ptolemy. Those bikers are like everywhere, man.
Yeah, apparently Darts will spare you from being wiped out with the rest of humanity if you have basic knowledge of how a motorcycle operates.
We have the images. Now we don't have to go to the museum ourselves.
Shouldn't we still go check to see if your guys are okay?
Nah.
I'm glad we're not going to Florida, because
Kaiba's
now
so
our
cool.
absurd near-death experience on that train has been rendered a completely unnecessary waste of our time.
I also am glad that we are not going to Florida, as it means that we are not going to Florida.
We're receiving the files now. Loading the images.
Wait,
Nobody wants to go to Florida. Run into a Florida man down there. I'll tell you what.
aren't you in a moving vehicle in the desert? How do you have internet?
Turns out Duke doesn't just transmit music when he talks. He also generates a powerful broadband signal.
I'm bringing 4G back. I'm afraid the quality of these images is much worse than I feared. Unless you clear them up, I can't read a thing.
Dude, didn't you find these carvings yourself? Why don't you have any pictures of them?
The field of archaeology moves so fast that I didn't have the time.
So in other words, it's because you're old and technology scares you. Great.
Are you one of those video games the kids are all raving about?
Yes, Professor. I am a video game. Beast Move and such. We'll meet you guys at the pier.
Which
Actual
pier?
4 kids
The pier.
dialogue.
What pier? Where?
I'm really not sure how I can be more specific than that.
Okay. Bye, Pharaoh.
Yes. Goodbye. You?
Okay, does anyone know who the hell that was? That settles it, because they seem to know who I am. We have to go to Kaiba Corp. It's the only place we can enhance these images.
Now, come on. Surely it's not the only place we can do that.
Oh, like I'm sure any of you unemployed middle-class high school students has access to Adobe Photoshop. I do. Legally. I mean, I know people who do. Set course for Kaiba Corp's West Coast office.
Oh man, Tristan. Tristan is like one of the best characters ever.
I'm sure any of you unemployed middle-class high school students has access to Adobe Photoshop. I do.
Friggin' Tristan.
Legally.
Look at him. Look at him. You big dumb sack of potatoes.
I mean, I know people who do. Set course for Kaiba Corp's West Coast offices. Conveniently located adjacent to everything else that's happening this season. Good thing San Francisco isn't known for having a multitude of piers, or this place might have been hard to find. Take Rex Raptor and Alistair to the nearest medical facility. I'm feeling generous.
But sir, all local hospitals report they're too full due to an unusual number of monster attacks the world over. We have perfectly good medical equipment here that we can...
Take them to a medical facility. I'm feeling generous.
Yes, sir!
So are we just never gonna talk about the fact that we
So
left
ice
Lee
cold.
Underwood's body in the middle of the desert? No remorse for that whatsoever? Okay then.
Now that all the protagonists have arbitrarily united, it's time to go save my company from dump.
Just calls out the whole storyline right off rip, eh? Now that all the protagonists are together. It's about that time the show starts.
Protagonists have arbitrarily united. It's time to go save my company from darts.
Let me come with you. I want to get that darts creep for what he did to my Yugi.
I'm sorry, Rebecca. What we must do is not
Now he knows her
something that can
name,
be
eh?
undertaken easily. It is a dangerous task that will put our very souls to the test.
What are you going to do?
We are going to go get some photographs enhanced on a computer. It is our destiny.
I feel like that's something literally anyone could do.
And yet destiny chose me and Kaiba, and not you. So there.
This isn't some kind of field trip, kid, but I guess you can tag along if you want.
I'm no kid.
Whatever you say, kid.
Don't call me a kid.
Hey, did anyone lose a kid? Because there's a kid here yelling at me in a kid voice about how much they love to be called a kid. Anybody?
Yo,
Okay,
Kaiba's the
free
best.
kid right here. First
Kills
come,
me.
first serve on the kid. Half price off kids in aisle 12.
Hey Taya, let's go tell the police what's going on.
Tristan, what makes you think the police can help?
Taya, this is America. Everyone knows the justice system is super effective here.
Laugh track in the background.
Kaiba, where are we? A secret underground tunnel to my Kaiba Corp USA branch. This way we'll get inside undetected.
Okay, but why are we sprinting?
Because if I can't beat you in a card game, I can at least beat you in a race to the elevator.
We'll call it a draw.
We'll call it a draw.
Yugi.
Okay,
What a
fetch
guy.
me a pen and paper and I'll draw a straight line on it.
And so then, after our friend lost his soul to a super buff guy who spent half his life living on a deserted island, we all decided to go to Florida. You see, there's a museum there where all of Professor Hawkins' research is, and the only way we could access it was by taking a train all the way to the East Coast.
Why don't you just get someone to email the stuff to you?
Are you suggesting that there are massive plot holes in Taya's story?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's exciting, but when you really examine any part of her story for more than a minute, it all kinda just falls apart.
Okay, but wait, I'm almost at the part where we met two ghosts in the middle of the Californian desert who just happened to be related to the guy we're fighting. Oh god, you're right, it's all just bullshit, isn't it?
So,
Just convenience.
can I add
That's
you
so
on Google
jokes.
Links?
Sure, just text me your friend code and I'll add you later.
Okay. What's your number?
I gave it to you during Battle City. You took out your phone and you made a big deal about saving my contact info.
Right. Yes. You're gonna have to give it to me again.
Did you seriously delete my... What the... Was that yet another friend of yours, Yugi?
You seriously think that was one of my friends?
It kinda looked like Joey.
You know, it might have been Joey.
Breaking stuff will fix it! If I'm right, we should be on floor 35, which is housewares and giant terrifying monstrosities that will eat your face!
Need some help, boy?
Rebecca, where are you?
Watching you guys. I've hacked into Kaiba Corp's mainframe and now I have access to all systems.
That is definitely what hacking looks like. A bunch of zeros and ones. This is so friggin' accurate.
So I could just
So
push
friggin'
one
accurate.
little button and let you guys into the computer room. But you'd have to apologize for calling me a kid first.
Yugi, I think this kid is trying to ask us something, but unfortunately I don't speak kid, do you?
I'm by a lot of things, but lingual is not one of them.
And I guess that's about as good as I'm gonna get. Opening the mainframe doors.
This giant computer is for some reason the only thing that can enhance photos, apparently. Computer, it'd be real nice if you could identify me.
Passive aggression detected. Douchey scowl acknowledged. Set of Kaiba identified. Welcome back, asshole.
Computer, reboot with backup system. See, look, all this
He even programmed his own computer to call him an asshole.
screens went from red to blue. That means all the bad stuff in the computer is gone now.
I know nothing about computers, but that sounds about right.
These images from the museum are extremely high quality, so I had to bring them on the most futuristic storage hardware known to man. A 5.5-inch floppy disk.
I'm an ancient Egyptian pharaoh, and even I feel old right now.
Computer, analyze the Atlantean inscriptions and cross-reference with every known archaeological database. Or just draw the
Seal of Orion calculus.
That works too.
What's it say, Gramps?
After its 10,000-year-long slumber, the Black Serpent will swallow the sun, and paradise will rule once more. It must be referring to Atlantis.
By the come-hither glance of Cleopatra! Atlantis! It makes perfect sense.
Wait, didn't we know about Atlantis this whole time? Isn't that why you guys wanted to check?
That is why. That's exactly why. You're calling him out. Call him out, Kaiba.
Out the museum in the first place? How is this new information in any way?
Kaiba, sometimes I just like to blow off steam by reacting to obvious statements that everyone already knew about as though they were massive plot twists. Why don't you give it a whirl?
Okay, I guess that could be fun. Hang on. That insignia on the carvings. It's the same insignia used by the secret Illuminati-style organization that bought out my company.
I thought Darts was the one who did that.
And now I'm going to reveal who is in charge of that organization.
I mean, it's obviously going to be Darts.
Oh no! Yugi! The man in charge of the organization that has taken over my company. It's Darts! I can't believe
Yugi's
what a
just been
twist
calling
this
that.
is. Too much.
Way too much.
He was calling it the whole time. Like, shut the fuck up for a second, Kaiba. Like, you're a good bad guy and all. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
Oh no! We have to get out of here!
Oh look, I won the race to the elevator. How did that happen?
Confound your elaborate trickery, Kaiba!
This is exactly why I never visit the American branch of my company.
Are you frequently hunted by bloodthirsty monsters out here?
If by monsters you mean shareholders, then yes.
Hey Kaiba, wanna reenact a scene from Back to the Future Part 2?
I'd rather throw myself off the roof.
Righto.
Suck it, monsters that are not dragons! Thank God for Microsoft Flight Simulator! Damn you, Microsoft Flight Simulator! Darts, you might have taken control of my company and blown up one of my buildings, but you weren't able to stop us from enhancing some photographs. So who's laughing now?
Kinda seems like he would.
It's totally him, isn't it? I'm bringing back. Yeah. You other networks don't know how to...
Boom. Special thanks to all these people who were kind enough to donate to LittleKuriboh to make this all possible. Go check out LittleKuriboh. He has a bunch of series on his channel. Well, I'm going to call it there for this, and I'll be back we're gonna play some Age of Mythology. Give me about 10 minutes. But thanks for coming through and watching episode 78, Binary Sunset.